The Supreme Court today ruled in favor of President Rodrigo Duterte's Proclamation 216, placing the entire Mindanao under martial law. Meeting in a regular en-banc session, the High Tribunal voted 11 to 3 to 1 to dismiss the 3 consolidated petitions challenging the constitutionality of the president's move. More of this report from Julius de Samburon.
The Supreme Court dismissed petitions against President Rodrigo Duterte's declaration of a 60-day martial law in Mindanao. This means Proclamation 216 of the Chief Executive is constitutional and in favor of the rule of law. Shortly after the proclamation was made on May 23 of this year, some individuals in the minority bloc of the lower house filed a petition.
In the matter of the consolidated petitions in GR number 231658, Representatives Edsel Lagman et al. Versus the Honorable Executive Secretary et al. GR number 231771, Euphemia Campos Culiamat et al. Versus President Rodrigo Roa Duterte et al. And GR number 231774, Norcaya S. Muhammad et al. Versus Executive Secretary Salvador C. Medialdea et al. The court dismissed the petitions by a vote of 11 of its members. 3 members voted to partially grant the petitions, and 1 member voted to grant the petitions. All 15 justices have submitted draft opinions, whether concurring or dissenting.
From the count of 14 votes, 3 magistrates including Chief Justice Marilourdes Sereno, Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio, and Associate Justice Benjamin Caguiwa were in favor of the declaration, but made it clear that the scope of martial rule must be limited to a number of areas only. Out of the magistrates, only Associate Justice Marvic Leonen voted for junking Proclamation 216 based on lack of factual basis. It was June 5, 2017 when the first petition against martial law declaration and the suspension of habeas corpus was filed. Based on Section 18, Article 7 of the 1987 Constitution, the High Court has 30 days to promulgate its decision from the filing of the petition which questioned the factual basis of the rule.
Well, again, it is a decision of the court. So subject to the internal rules, any decision can be subjected to a motion for reconsideration by any losing party.
During his visit of the soldiers in Mindanao, President Duterte reiterated that he will abide by the decision of the Supreme Court, as he constantly pointed out that it is part of the sworn duty as president to protect the country's citizens. The government also considered the critical security situation being monitored by the police and the military in the ground zero of Marawi City. The decision of imposing martial has shown that Duterte administration is bent on fighting acts of terrorism and extremism, to end the senseless killing of innocent civilians, and for peace and order to be restored and return the life of the Maranaos to normalcy. For more than a month now, government troops have been in the war zone battling terrorist forces, which are now losing logistical supports. Meanwhile, before the Supreme Court released its decision earlier, rallies led by the Bagong Alyansang Makabayan opposed the imposition of martial law in the front of the SC Gate. The protest ended up with pushing and shoving between the militant group and the authorities securing the area along Padre Faura, Manila. No one was hurt in the harmless march. For The Nation, Julius de Samburon.